You don't need binoculars to see that all is not right with the world. Sometimes we look around and we see people collapsed on the ground. Look at this one down here. Then we see people who are living in cardboard boxes, and people who are hiding behind walls, scared to come out because of what they might find on the other side. Then there are those who are in prison. All sorts of prisons. The prison of drink, the prison of drugs, the prison of bad marriage, all sorts of things that they might find themselves in prison because of. And then there are the people who found themselves in a deep hole and need a helping hand so that they're able to start a new life. Then there's those who are carrying such a heavy burden that they really don't know what they're going to do next. They're absolutely exhausted, poor souls. And then there are those who need help to be pulled out from underneath the burden of debt. And those who are stuck in some kind of a man trap. That one looks extremely painful, doesn't it? Well, where are all these people? Well, some of them are in our churches, and most of them are in the community around the church. You know, even in the street next to your church, there will be somebody in that kind of situation. What do we do? Well, the cupboard is bare. Help! Ah, I know. Let's ask for donations. Oh, people don't have a lot of money to give at the moment. Their pockets are empty, and to get any more money, look at what we're going to end up having to do with them. Ouch! Wouldn't it be nice if we could be a magnet that money flowed to? Oh, what about that millionaire who wants to pay his back tithe? What are these guys doing there? They're fishing. What on earth has fishing got to do with making money? Well, quite a lot, actually. They had been fishing all night and couldn't caught anything. But then Jesus told them where to go and fish, and then they were able to bring in a whole net full of fish. Well, hey, they followed the master's instructions and they got all the fish that they wanted and more. Maybe if we followed the master's instructions, we could have all the money that we needed and more. Hang on a minute, where are you going with this? This seems a bit strange. Money causes problems. All sorts of problems, really. I mean, look how hard this guy's working. He's working and working, turning that wheel. He's working ever so hard and he's just making money. We can't ask people to work that hard to make money because that's going to cause problems. Well, here's another sort of a problem that we have with money. Look at that big fish. It's going to eat that little fish. That big fish has grown big because it's so greedy. It's just gobbled up all the little fish, and the little fish don't stand a chance. That doesn't sound a very good idea. And look at this guy, chasing after money, chasing, never feeling as though he's got enough. He's in an awful mess. We can't ask people to take those sort of risks just to make money. What are we going to do? Well, somebody must have some ideas somewhere. There must be somebody who knows what to do to solve this problem. There must be something that we can do. What's the treasure map doing here? Hang on a minute. We're told not to gather treasure up on earth. We're told to gather up treasure in heaven. But we actually need the money on earth so that we're able to gather treasure in heaven. Right. So we need to gather some treasure on earth so we gather treasure in heaven. Ah, I see. But how are we going to gather treasure on earth? We're that used to not having money. We don't know how to make it. We don't know what we're doing. We're absolutely bamboozled by all this idea about making money. It's totally beyond us. It's completely out of our comfort zone. What on earth are you going to expect us to do for that? That's totally outrageous. What on earth are you on about? Just calm down a minute and have a think. When you're agitated, you can't think properly. Now just stop and think a moment. What's this? A money extravaganza? What on earth is one of those? Well, the old-fashioned extravaganza used to be where they gave lectures and one-act plays and all sorts of things like that. An extravaganza with talks and one-act plays about money. That is curious. But, on the other hand, it's a good place to go and pick a few brains. Right. I think I'll go along to that site, sign up and see what I can find out. That's what it's like, is it? Oh, look, it says, do you want a reminder? Fill in this form and I will send them out to you each month. That sounds a good idea. I'll put my name and my email address in there and I'll get a reminder when the next money extravaganza is. Right, that's me settled.